for TG in that Malphite top lane. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Summer Shift. This is Game 2 in this best of 5 series between Mineski, gamex.mineski versus Imperium Pro Team Blue. So for the blue side, we have Imperium Pro Team Blue in the top lane. It's gonna be Yux on that Lissandra in the jungle. Rebenga for the Rek'Sai mid lane. It's gonna be Chalk with the Lux, and in the bottom lane duo, we have Kinzon on the Lucian, and his support shall be Shadow on the Morgana. Oh, this is dangerous.
This is very dangerous. Before I do the rundown on Mineski's side, level 1 strategy here, they do have the potential to make a pick. They have the Dark Binding and try to catch someone off guard. They can invade here. EXO not funny guys! The Dark Binding, everything is there. He does have a flash. Isang tira na lang. Nobody's using flash. And great Lantern dito with Chalk interrupting. Normal attack here. And that is EXO still living. One more attack
First
from
blood.
the girlfriend of Ezreal, which is Lux.
Is that really true?
It's a rumor, I think. So
Like I heard that in like a League of Legends rap video, you know, by Falcon Shield, the Falcon Shield, this is war #1.
yeah, there's an official art actually na magkasama sila, and it is implied na mag-boyfriend, mag-shota nga
But
sila.
you know what? It's still Ezreal Tarek for me.
Okay, Asurai. Okay, I think some of the people there would agree. Okay, anyway though, meanwhile, we have on the red side, Mineski in the top lane. We have TG of the Malphite in the hold that thought. In the jungle, we have Gullet with the Graves. In the mid lane, we have Yume with the Corki. UFO Corki, baby. And for the bottom lane duo, we have EXO on the Ezreal and Kaigu with the Thresh support.
Alright, so with that in mind, Imperium Pro Team Blue did not start or did not initiate a lane swap.
Yes, they do not. They do have the upper hand here. They do have the Black Shield just to protect from those scary, scary death sentences.
Yeah, and the problem right now for EXO is that he used his flash and heal on that
early.
escape, and he didn't escape.
Yeah, expended a lot, and it was pretty worth. Kasi ang gumamit lang ng flash on that side was just Yux.
Oh, I was actually wondering because Chalk was with the Imperium Pro Team Blue side. He actually teleported to the mid lane. That's why I was wondering how he got to that mid lane pala to catch off EXO.
He did not teleport to the mid lane. No, he used that to get back to lane agad. He was already standing
I thought he
there.
was...
Nakiabang siya. Nag-abang talaga siya dun sa mid lane.
Okay.
He wasn't with the 4-man squad.
I see.
Anyway, there, Rebenga with a nice pass.
Alright, Rebenga, he misses his knockup though, but look at that, they get the catch on onto Kaigu with the Dark Binding, and the Prey Seeker almost seeks its prey there. Ooh, too close for comfort, Kaigu.
Shocking. And also remember, guys, Shadow on a Morgana. You know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Shadow shot first. You gotta note that, ladies and gentlemen. There's another arcane shift by Axo just to, you know, get away from the wrath of Kinzon on that Morpheus Lucian.
Yeah, great Dark Binding so far coming in from Shadow here, making every binding count and putting Mineski really behind and really scared in making the plays. Thresh went home, so wave gear, of course, Kinzon, Lucian has it. And they don't have any sort of hard CC there to, you know, get Kinzon. But meanwhile, Thresh back in lane.
Problem now for Mineski is that all of their summoner spells, except the Ignite of Kaigu, is up.
Oh, there.
So they're pretty susceptible to a Dark Binding, you know, combo with Lucian skills.
Yeah, the burst coming in from Kinzon. I mean from Lucian, pala rather. With his passive working really well with all of these skills. Meanwhile, great shield by Chalk. Wala masyadong
There's no chance for Kaigu to even get his death sentence to Pokins on him because Shadow is very fast on the trigger, as well as, again, you know, one of the counters for a Thresh support is a Morgana. If you can time your actions right, it's just gonna be you hooking something or pulling something that doesn't want to be pulled.
Yeah, and also can't forget that the Relentless Pursuit, the dash of Lucian, is also there for the backup, just in case, you know, Black Shield is on cooldown.
Gank in the top lane, but Rebenga will not commit to that with a flash. He's just gonna scare TG with a flash of his own there as he forces, or rather, forces TG to flash in that top lane.
Yes, immediately after spotting Rebenga up top, Kulit makes his move down at bottom, but I guess they do have vision of it. They do know that, okay, Do they know?
I don't
Do
think
they don't know?
I don't think they know, but Colette's double buff actually timed out, so the DPS of this Graves was just mitigated a bit. Actually, they know.
Okay,
They were
looks like
paying
they're
it.
going for it. Where's the flame? Where's the hook?
There's the hook, but you know what, Shadow? He has. Oh, he
No!
delivers Kaigo to the
Oh!
turret, and Kaigo's so low. Look at that, Kinson actually flashing it, and now he's in a bit of a pickle here. He uses the heal for himself, but while that is happening, Exo in the backline is getting a little bit bombarded by Yux. Gets the last hit. That's a 2-for-1 trade. Might be a 3-for-1 as Colette here gets light
Holy.
binding. Here comes the Yin Yang binding coming from Shadow and Chalk, and that's just gonna be easy peasy lemon squeezy 3-for-1 in favor of IPTB.
Yeah, definitely. IPTB won that, and great response coming in from Imperium Pro Team Blue. Yux was there to just deny all the exits, and Chalk was also there to intercept the Graves, and Yume was just too far off to try and respond, and wala naman din siya magagawa doon. Great binding from Shadow as well, and locked in the Graves. So, too deep.
They knew that Shadow had his flash on, and Kaigo still, that sentence was, countered by that black shield.
Yeah.
So when he used the second activation and Spider-Man in onto
Yeah.
Shadow, he should have just said, "Why did I do that?"
Why? Actually, ang technique dun, ang gagawin sana dun ni Shadow was to dark binding pagkatapos ni
Yeah, I saw that
pull
too.
in, but it missed, and I think Kai could have died from that earlier if tumama yung
Yeah,
dark
he
binding.
still died though, but
Yeah.
at the price of Kinson's life. But Kinson's
Yeah.
gonna be happy with that one, as EXO got nothing out of that.
Yeah.
0-2-1.
And CS-wise, 10 CS lead here for Lucian Kinzon, and he does have the BF sword and a long sword as well. So. Gonna be really painful compared to the tier there, Ezreal.
That's true. It looks like EXO here, as well as Kaigo, want to slow down the pace of this bottom lane, but what can they do? Colette in that bottom lane, if he tries to go in for a gank, well, it's not gonna happen because Shadow's just in their faces using black shields as well as dark bindings to stop Colette, and of course we know that Colette's not on a Zac, but the combo
No.
onto you, May. Just gonna force him to
Go home.
get out of that mid lane.
Yeah, get out but still though, CS-wise are still pretty steady here in the mid lane, both of them. And Corki still has some pots pa rin, the corruption potion.
Yes.
And meanwhile, I gotta hand it to Mineski. They're still waiting for those
Ooh,
plays.
dark
Those
binding.
Malphite plays here. Play will not connect. That's a nice black shield from Morgana. TG getting poked out by this Lissandra.
5 CS advantage only for TG, for Yux there. Granted though that Yux actually spent a lot of time in this bottom lane, chasing down,
That's true.
Chasing down EXO, and he's still ahead of TG in the top lane.
Wala masyado nawala dito for Yux. He got a kill. He got participation in the kills there. And Yux decides to go home. Akala ko nag-ano pa siya. Parang, what am I gonna have for dinner?
He doesn't have the mana for that.
The mana.
Mana.
Yeah. Oh wait, he doesn't go home kasi Rebenga is gonna climb up top here. TG does a flash. Still has the unstoppable force just in case. I wonder if they do have enough damage here.
Here comes Yux, goes for the Ring of Frost, but where is Rebenga? A little bit too late onto the trigger.
Chalk is going with them.
Yeah, and he feels that somebody's on that top lane. I think he even has the vision over that brush or that wall there. Now Rebenga goes in, knocks up. There's the ultimate, and look at the perfect combo from the 3 members of Imperium Pro Team, who stops TG from even flashing away.
Is this gonna be a 4-man dive in the bottom? Guess not. They do have secured vision there. Chop does have teleport just in case something goes wrong in the bottom side, because 4 players from Mineski are there, and they decide not to pursue it anymore. Kasi it's too late to make a counter play, or what do you call it, a consolation play.
Yeah, and there's also the danger of, well, your 3 ADRs diving onto a turret. If you get, soul shackled by that Morgana, you're just gonna open up yourself to Kinson, who has a PF sword to just wreck your face.
Yeah, and in addition to that, EXO doesn't have mana, so it's gonna be problematic.
What's mana?
was like mana. Sorry, mana. Okay.
Oh, there's a Dark Binding
Kaigo.
onto Kaigo. Takes quite a bit of
Body.
damage, forces himself to flash away from Kinzen as well as Shadow. Only exerted the exhaust there.
Man, IPTB looking really, really strong in these games. And as you can see, MineSki really respecting IPTB's really strong laning base. And
Dark
how
Binding actually connects onto Axel there. There's like slinger shot from Kinzen. Doesn't have any mana, but you know what? It just is enough that they'll be able to push a little bit into the turret of MineSki. Though Colette is here for the defense. But what can he do other than just, provide more support? Here comes
Whoa.
Rebenga, but misses the knockup as Yume uses the Valkyrie to go away.
looks like it's gonna be the Abyssal Scepter for Malphite here. But if you look at it, ganda na ginagawa ng IPTB, ganda ng ginagawa ni Yux here in the top lane. Gaya ng sinabi ko, they're really aiming for those. Whoa! Cleanse. Okay, so
That was pretty scary there.
yeah, that was a nice cleanse para hindi mag-proc yung passive ni Lux. I guess safety first talaga. As I was saying earlier, MineSki laning phase-wise, they're relying onto the teleport plays ni TG to put pressure doon and somehow get EXO back on track. But it's not working because Yux is putting TJ on a tight leash. Hindi siya makagalaw. Talagang binabatay niya lang yung torre. And because of that, MineSki are not able to make these moves because all lanes are very pressured. Mid, top, bottom lane, it's IPTV again dictating the game.
That's true. As you say, TG in the top lane is pretty much a domesticated dog
Yeah.
with a leash.
Exactly. Right now, though, there's a teleport. This is what they want. This is what
Rebecca
they're waiting
sees it
for.
though. Kinzen here gets caught, but the black shield is there. Here comes Teleport coming out of Yux. Here he goes. He knocks in Axel, and look at that. The long range final spark just blasts away at Axel. And it was only Shadow going down.
That was like a consolation prize lang sa MineSki. They didn't want to go down without killing someone kasi sobrang sila nag-effort. Okay, you're running there, you're running there. Okay, see ya, Rebenga. See ya. Anyway, as I was saying, wala silang they wanted a consolation prize, and the consolation prize was Shadow. But because of what they did, they lost the tower, they lost bot lane, EXO again dies. And mas lalo siya napaput behind here. Okay, levels okay naman. Meanwhile,
Wow, look at that. Rebenga only tunnels away from that. Some commitment there coming in from the jungle and mid laner of MineSki.
yeah. And looks like they're trying to make these counter plays. Yung parang trading of kills in the map. If you guys are bot, we'll probably kill someone else here. But they cannot do that. I mean, that's a double teleport for IPTB. It's gonna be the numbers advantages that's gonna really wreck your face. I can't find any term. Pero they have to take these into consideration before they start the fight. It was gonna be 3 versus 2 in the bottom, but it became a 5 versus 3. You gotta have it to the triple global threat din pala because Rek'Sai can just be anywhere, wherever he wants. And yeah, they have the lockdowns, they have everything. And if that unstoppable force is used on a single target or pick someone instead, ang ganda ng black shield ni what do you call this? Ni Shadow. It really counted, parang napatagal si Malphite na nababad siya sa damage and he was trying to wait for it to expire, but he just chose Shadow instead.
And it all came down to, all of the small things IPTV started off. First, it came in from that balance pick phase where they gave Yux that Lissandra.
Yeah.
And like you said, put the top lane Malphite to where he truly belonged, in the top lane, hugging his own kind, the rock tower, the rock turret. And because of that, because he was so harassed by Lissandra in that top lane, he was forced to actually buy himself an Abyssal Scepter so that he can have some form of explosive damage as well as countering the magic damage coming out of, Yux. But the problem with that is that in the team fight essence of it, if you can't get an immediate knock-up and then your teammate follows up with the damage, you're just gonna be that Malphite who's not, who's not rock. You're like clay.
Clay.
You just break it in half.
Yeah. Well, his Abyssal Scepter is complete, but look at that chalk. I mean, Yuke's here. Gonna be a real threat.
Distortion boots.
Yeah, distortion.
Ayun, yung boots of Lucidity, that's a lot of cooldown for your summoner spells.
Yeah, with the roots, with the slows, he just wants to peel for everybody here. Chalk and Kidson is gonna be in a good position. With Shadow as well, Rebenga with their supports here in team fights. Meanwhile, I gotta comment on this though. I really gotta hand it to Mineski for being flexible in terms of creating their team comps now. Kasi normally, you'd put Yume and TG on a heavier burden of being the carries here. But TG now again in a supportive role. Hold that thought!
Here comes the ultimate from Yux, catches off Kaigu, and easy kill there from the side of Imperial Pro Team Blue. Now that's gonna translate that mid-tier 1.
BEA, beautiful there. After the Rift Herald, they decide to make a pick para bawas sila 4v5. 2 important cooldowns, pero you know, it's still very low yung cooldowns itong skills na to. The Finalis, no. Final Spark and that the prison, the 2, Frozen 2.
End of the line as well as collateral damage already used by Colette, but still doesn't stop the onslaught from Imperial Pro Team Blue to get that mid-tier 1.
Beautiful there.
Yeah. Was that from Jim Carrey?
Yes, it was. I think that
see.
movie was
Bruce Almighty.
Bruce Almighty,
Yeah.
yes. So anyway, as I was saying earlier, they normally put TG, yung parang comfort team comp nila where they just, you know what, this is like deja vu. Nothing will happen there for Yume. And they normally put TG and Yumi on the carry role. And they have decided to switch it up a bit, Kulet on the carry role instead, TG on the utility. Meanwhile, though, has Dragon been taken yet? Is Dragon gonna spawn soon?
I don't know. Our timer is actually missing.
Not visible.
I'm not sure if I think it's a spectator mode here, bugging out a little bit. But I think it's about to spawn because they took it like a couple of minutes ago.
Yeah, probably gonna spawn. They took Rift Herald. I think Imperial Pro Team Blue, though, they seem to know what they're, parang they know what to do at this point of the game. They know where to rotate. They know, and pretty much they're just waiting for objectives to spawn, and that's where they're gonna fight. And they're also reacting to what Mineski has been doing. They're trying to make these kinds
There's
of plays, which was I was saying earlier, yung malfight nga, but it sort of backfires, especially with this global threat, the triple global threat nito. 2 teleports are on IPTB. It looks like Mineski, no plans in contesting this dragon whatsoever.
It's true. So it's gonna be an easy dragon here from the side of IPTB. This ward has been here for like 5 minutes already. Because even if that is just a single ward,
yeah.
If you know, Mineski decide to actually, you know, allow TG to go for a backline. Wait a minute and go! Yux, go! They go in on it. But you know what? He has his ultimate, he has the heal from that. And Shock as well as Rebenga are on the hunt. TG doesn't have his teleport anymore. He's flashed. It's gonna go, oh sorry, he's flashed. And he will survive just slightly.
TG.
Where is, oh no! No! Dark Passage from Kaigu shall allow TG to get out of here.
He was trying to wait for the lantern. Naantay niya lang yung biyahe
You
niya.
shall not pass!
Yeah, and hindi siya makasakay. Late yung biyahe niya, and you know.
Ganyan lang yan talaga sa EDSA.
Yeah, ganyan talaga sa
Sobrang tagal.
Sobrang tagal. Pati sa
ng
C5,
bus.
mga ganyan, no? Grabe.
Para mga tipong dapat na 15 minutes, nasa trabaho ka na, 1 oras.
Isang
kalahati.
oras? Ano ba yan?
Yan talaga nangyayari.
Manila, please.
Hindi lang Manila, EDSA please.
EDSA, please. So, wow!
Oh, Yume!
The Valkyrie there.
There's
He's
the
safe for
spooky
now.
ghost.
Pero, sakay na sa lantern, Kaigu trying his best to save his fellow team members from all these picks.
Light binding.
And
too close there.
This is what I've been saying. Okay, never mind.
There you go. Yux actually goes in for a 2-man Ring of Frost, and Kinzen gets the last hit onto Kaigu with the Relentless Pursuit. He actually, you know, embodies the name of his third skill and relentlessly pursues his opponents.
I'm very impressed now kasi I IPTB is not allowing MineSki to breathe. They're not giving room for MineSki to try and make the plays. And even if they do, they just counter it when their teleports are all available. They try the numbers advantage. They try the tower dive. It's not working well!
Two-man knockup there coming out of PG, but you know what? It doesn't matter. Here comes Yux. He uses the ultimate, goes for two-man Ring of Frost. Now it's going to be MineSki on the offensive, but Shock is getting a little bit bombarded by the side of MineSki. Forces himself to flash away, but no! A two-man true shot barrage from Axel, and Rebecca body blocks that damage, and that tunnel has been there for the second time, saves Rebecca's life.
That MineSki should destroy that tunnel. Kanina pa yung tunnel na yan Kanina pa yan! Almost. So, IPTB sorta confident there. They could have taken, I guess, Rift Herald again. They had that choice to do that. It could have been a faster and a better choice na imbes na maubos sila. Pwede sila magbaon.
Teleport here coming out of Yux. He comes out of there, goes in for the glacial back, and he shoots two people in. Yume is now getting a little bit of damage heavy there. But where is Rebecca? He is trying to go in, but Axel actually gets the spooky ghost. Dark Binding almost connects, but not enough. Rebecca here is still chasing, like you said, but that was, wow, MineSki a little bit too slippery there for Imperial Pro Team Blue to get the chase, get the kills.
Yeah, they got the tower there. As I was saying earlier, it could have been better for IPTB if they got the Rift Herald instead. But now it's the Baron there, 20 minutes now, and they overextended. They didn't have much cooldowns, and item-wise and cooldown-wise, MineSki had the upper hand there, so I guess they couldn't do anything. But you gotta commend pa rin IPTB for not allowing MineSki to breathe and for countering all these plays MineSki has been trying to take. You have to really keep in mind the teleport here, because it seems that IPTB is really ready to do these reactive plays against MineSki here. And you know, MineSki obviously is still not backing down. They have the late game for themselves. And they could really overwhelm IPTB later on when all the damage is just gonna be dished out. Kasi there's only one black shield.
That's true.
There's only one.
But the problem now for MineSki is that, well, there's so much long-range harass coming out of IPTB with Shock. You've seen it, like, if Yux goes in for a 3-man Ring of Frost, out of nowhere comes out of Final Spark.
Yeah.
So that's a danger zone here for MineSki. Ends in there, goes a little bit aggressive, goes in for the culling onto Yume here. It's pretty aggressive, but you know what? It's okay because Rebecca's here for the knock-up, and easy peasy lemon squeezy as it looks like Kinzen opens up some possibilities for Imperial Pro Team Blue. Will it be the Dragon or that bot tier 2?
Grabe, IPTB really quick on their decisions here. I mean, it was just Yume just trying to parang
No Dragon yet though.
catch the wave and probably go back right away, and they intercepted Yume's exit and managed to make a pick, finish the kill onto the Corki. That's still money on their pockets despite... Actually, I take that back. They're trying to push down this bottom lane bot here. I thought they weren't gonna push it rather. Take something out of it.
But Bullet actually takes the knockup from Rebecca. Goes back with... Ooh, that light binding almost connects from Shock. A little bit too close for comfort there.
You had the choice to take the lantern, but nope, kasi Chalk was aiming for the lantern path. For the lantern rather than... So if you caught that lantern, you're gonna get that light binding as well. So PG, sneaky here.
He did have the Maw of Malmortius, but...
I don't think it's enough for the final spot.
Yeah, knock up onto Yux there. I think Yux will not use the ultimate anymore. Never mind, he uses it. Just goes for his style buzz, but oh, he's gonna escape! He goes out of range. That Siphon Shard, as well as the Rocket Barrage from Yume, will get the last hit. Chalk there. Looked like he could have escaped, but he used his flash a little bit too early to just Psycho Killer.
Psycho Killer!
Oh, EXO!
Wait, you gotta look at these wards here by Imperial and for MineSki side. You can tell that they have different priorities here. Well,
Dark Binding, Light Binding, Yin Yang Binding here coming in from the IPTB side. Now Kaigu, he goes out of no man's land as all of the lasers come out of IPTB. The Prey Seeker, the Light Binding, the Lucid Singularity, and even the Dark Binding from the Morgana.
everybody's just so separated from Mineski right now. They're just trying to farm up and just recover all the losses that they have been experiencing so far. Meanwhile, we have Kinzon. They're pushing at the bot lane. All collateral damage is gone. PG doesn't have the unstoppable force just yet. Binding connects. And we'll see though, how are they gonna make this count? Malapit na masiya tong Torek. Kinzon joins everybody here in the mid lane.
Another dark bind there from Chalk, and he wave clears with the final spark. So the wave shall be still pushing for IPTB, as it may be that they are going to start
The dragon.
Yeah, dragon, or even set up for a Baron take here, as Rebenga is getting that scuttler, or just gonna stop Mineski from Ninja Ink.
Ninja Ink.
Yeah.
The thing is, earlier you asked me kung ano yung parang win conditions nila. We haven't seen what we have been talking about, yung playing around objectives and being and fighting them 5-on-5 and being all in, where they wombo combo all the damage. We haven't seen that yet. It's because yun nga, IPTB making these picks before taking an objective. It's either pinapa-away or they make a pick and then they start rotating and taking whatever is on the map. They're draining the resources of Mineski as well. That's why the wards are very, very advanced. And if they can make a pick, example, Exhibit A, EXO there on the Raptors. Oh no, not Raptors, the Wolves.
The Wolves.
Rather.
The dire Wolves.
Nakuha na agad. So meanwhile, they're putting down vision on the Baron. That's a very, very juicy target right now. Kasi the only third tier, or rather second tier, tier 2 tower left there is the, what do you call this, the top lane. And very, very vulnerable itong Mineski right now. They're roaming around the map again, rewarding.
So much shield being given to Rebenga. After the black shield, it's the shield coming out of the Lux there.
Yeah, and you can tell na, look at that, lucidity boots over mobility, or the boots of speed.
The Swifties.
The Swift, boots of Swift rather.
The boots of Swifties.
Yeah, Swifties, okay. So, talagang they're aiming for all these cooldowns. More dark bindings, more shields. Mineski spots this Chalk. Abangers trying to delay, make a pick.
Wow, he actually
Bam!
takes out Kaigu 2, 140 HP, gets the knock up on him, and he goes down. Chalk shuts down by Yume. Look at this though, Yux takes quite a bit of damage there, but he has the Zonius, but that was a 2 for 1 exchange in favor of Mineski. Chalk a little bit too out of position.
Chalk pretty much sort of failed his mission in trying to delay, because I think that is according to plan naman talaga, and tried to make a pick, make it a 4v5, but did not respect the hard engage of PG and all the damage coming in from Mineski. You have the Graves, you have the Corki, you have the Ezreal as well. So I'm not sure what that Baron call is for. As I've been saying earlier, they tried to make a pick first before going for an objective, but it was going for an objective and making a pick at the same time. So I'm not sure, they were very hasty on their decision. Meanwhile, here is EXO all
Rebenga
alone.
misses that knockup, but he still does put a lot of hurt onto EXO there, as the follow-up knockup will connect, and EXO will go down as Chalk teleports to the tunnel, and final sparks to clear the wave. Looks like Mineski or Imperial Pro Team Blue can transition into that middle tier turrets.
They're all for the spams here. 3 of them are on Lucidity. Meanwhile, sakay na sa Lantern Go, Kaigu rescues Yume once again. Again, everybody on Lucidity here. Si Swifty Boy lang dito, si Rebenga here. They're aiming to spam until they make a pick and burst someone down. And if ever naman a team fight is initiated, so they're aiming for the sustain and the burst. It's very parang weird, pero that's how it works. If you have those cooldowns very, very short. Meanwhile, Kulit gets the fighting.
Oh no, he's gonna get taken out. Final spark of Chalk, as it looks like Mineski have found the fight that they want to go in. Double knockup coming out of PG there. Forced to the flash, but a nice hook onto Kinzon by Kaigu stops the aggression from the IPTB side. Now it's IPTB on the retreat, as that was a nice double binding from Chalk that allows them to escape with their team almost intact.
That is exactly what Mineski wants. They have to find and fight these 5v5s, which is they're just gonna find it around their towers at this point, or around Baron, or around Dragon. And siguro 30 minutes in, they have enough item power spikes to really overwhelm IPTB if TG gets the right set, or if, you know, IPTB gets a little bit confident. Like earlier, akala nila after Kulit dying, they can go in, but TG is still a threat. And imagine all the bursts coming in from MineSki. It's really gonna overwhelm you.
That's true, but problem now is that TG is only effective against countering Kinzon because Shock there has a Void Staff already, so that Abyssal Scepter's magic resistance is just gonna get shredded by this Lux.
Yeah.
Also, the problem with that is that, well, if TG does get the perfect, you know, initiate,
Yeah.
Shock counter initiates and then just roots, you know, the backline of MineSki, and then MineSki are forced to counter out Yux, and it kind of balances out as TG goes down and then Yux goes down. So it's all of these equations that these two teams have to note. What do we engage if Yux is there or not? TG, can you get us a fast pick? If not, we just stop our engage, or else we're in danger of another setup by IPT that has more AoE than us.
Yes, and that's it. They're trying to find what they did earlier. As you said, they found a good fight. Fourth dragon for IPTB. If they do get this, Rebecca has been getting these really nice steals on the Rex side.
Yeah, he's an insane stealer, you.
Insane stealer, you. But you know what? They do have Shadow for the other insane stealing plays. Here, Rebecca very advanced, just tunnels. Oh wait, Kaiku tried to death sentence interrupt the Boro doing the Rex side. Wasn't able to catch him.
Wow,
Meanwhile,
so it's going to be IPTB actually going in for this bottom lane turret. So now MineSki are in an awkward position. Oh
Is there
no!
gonna be a flag?
We get ourselves a first dragon, but can we stop IPT
We should be careful.
from getting this bottom tier 3? Now it looks like
IPT
MineSki are
is
here for
punished.
the fight. There's the knockup on the Chalk. Where is the follow-up? Only the Kaiku follows up from that in a double. Final spark coming out of Chalk just decimates these two initiators from the side of MineSki. That was so close. That Lucid Singularity almost pops the cherry of these two members from the MineSki side. Ooh.
oh my god, I thought IPTB was gonna stop her, but because of TG's parang hastiness, there was no follow-up. It was only the collateral damage that did damage, and Chalk was still very healthy. He doesn't have his Zonias, but
Double inhibitor.
yeah, double in here for IPTB. I guess it was MineSki who suffered damage. Kinzon into deep.
Yes, looks like the 3 ADR composition of MineSki working out a little bit here.
Whoa,
Ooh, that
yes!
final spark was so close, but look at that. Ooh, end of the line almost catches off. There is a nice prismatic barrier coming out of Chalk, but Axel from the sideline comes in with the arcane shift, and two members from IPTB just go down.
Oh my god, I thought Yux was gonna live
Oh,
there.
Shadow. Okay, never mind. No one's gonna.
He's sitting
follow
on
up.
the ward,
Yeah,
but
but
then
no one's
there's
gonna
still
follow up.
Rebenga for the backup. Meanwhile, waves are pushed on IPTB's side. That's understandable. Kasi, imbis na mag-wave clear sila, of course, they took the opportunity to try and make a pick habang IPTB was trying to retreat and trying to, you know, hesitate dito. Are we gonna get the inhibitor? Are we just gonna go back and risk it? But then, you have to respect MineSki's damage at this point. Kasi once all your, you know, skills, important and crucial skills are used dito, MineSki is just gonna overwhelm you with damage with their AAs, their auto attacks, and yeah, because it's a triple ADC comp. Meanwhile, TG should you know, parang time the unstoppable force, right? Kasi IPTB could have been punished there, and IPTB actually foresaw the flank. And hindi sila nagdikit-dikit. Talagang they positioned themselves well, and they had eyes for the squishy targets in the backline. After Unstoppable Force, wala nang gagawin sa Suzuki.
That's true. And with that all set, we do see right now Imperial Team Blue with 5,000 gold lead against MineSki, as well as that bottom inhibitor, which is, well, we know, the farthest from the MineSki side. MineSki from that Baron side. So that can be the point where IPTB can force themselves a successful Baron here as, well, who will wave clear for MineSki in that bottom lane as,
Yeah.
hello, knock knock on Mineski's door. It's going to be super minions in that bottom lane.
Yes, and Corky just picked up a package. They're aiming for a play here. Every time Corky has the package, the curse of the package, pressure to make the play hanggang mag-expire yung package or else masasayang lang. So if you do pick that up, ibig sabihin you're aiming to make a play at least para hindi masayang because that package is just gonna spawn mamaya-maya pa. And at this point of the game, it's gonna be really dangerous. Whoa!
Just the final spark to say hello to the members of Mineski there. But IPTB are still relentless to get this middle inhibitor, but
Yeah.
that might be their demise if they force themselves into a choke point where TG can find that angle that you, or Mineski are looking for.
Yes, definitely. They're really scared of TG Septo because it might go GG if they make a mistake dito. IPTB has been working hard here towards this late game dito. 63,000 na yung gold nila. They're still pressing on their lead. They do have the wave advantage here. Bot lane is being pressured. They're still continuing to pressure down mid. They have to send someone down there, and we'll see who it is. It must be Yume or some ADC with a good wave here at this point.
Yes, ooh, there is one spot there where actually TG could have flashed in and got a 3-man knockout. But it looks like it's just going to be that dark binding stopping TG from being a bit of a pest here. This Obsidian is just on the sideline looking for a good spot. Into gets spotted out, but nicely done slash! Stop TG, and his Jax gets that inhibitor, and now it's a 4v5 as the Fair and Protein Blue are just running over the face of Mineski. Look at that, just follows up with a 2-man beautiful Ring of Frost, and ladies and gentlemen, do we have game number 2 for IPTB? Not yet. Nexus turret has been taken down, only one remaining. And that opens up the Baron for Imperial Protein Blue as they start to back off. Or actually, Rebecca just, there you go. Void rushing back in.
Anticipation from IPTB, from IPTB Kinzon, dashes, Collins tuloy, uses the QSS to cancel out the death sentence, and then relentless pursuit out. They're very pressured to end this fight.
Catches off Colette with the knockoff from Rebecca, but out of screen comes in the final spark from Shock. And ladies and gentlemen, there you go. They just go in. Yume takes quite a bit of damage. He actually 5 degrees away from their own base. And there you go. A 2-man kill there from the side of Imperial Protein
Minions.
as Hinson last hits that Nexus, get that plus 50 gold. And with all is sending that 6,000 gold for Imperial Protein Blue. And